Hello and welcome back to Games Over Explained. On our previous episode of Going Medieval, we had quite a bit of a time. Our first issue that we discovered was that we were quickly running out of storage space in our basement of our main facility. Another issue we had was we lost one of our founding settlers at Albert, unfortunately, to a raid that, truthfully, I did not manage as well as I would have liked. Along with that, we did some other stuff. Nothing too terribly impactful, mainly focusing on the fact that we had lost our guy and kind of dealt with some of the fallout from that. So today, a couple things I want to address. And if you have not seen the previous videos, I will put a link to the playlist in the description, so keep an eye out for that if you are wanting to get caught up. We do have our kitchens going here. We need to take a look at our storage room because it is a mess. One thing I want to do is I want to expand this out a little more. I know we just expanded, but I do think it's probably important for us to go ahead and finish this expansion. So we'll take it out 5 more. It's going to be a substantial upgrade, one that I personally think is quite necessary. And that will put us, that'll put us in a good place. We can actually go ahead and cancel this last row just so we're not taking up a ton of time with them mining. So the other thing I wanted to focus on is our church. We keep trying to get to it. Unfortunately, we continue to run out of time. So I would like to try and focus as much as we can on this episode and try to get some good progress going, because frankly, we're not moving as fast as I would like to be moving. So we're gonna go ahead and establish that. And then we're also going to need to get some, so that's another thing up there. We'll deal with that in just a moment. We did not light up our kitchen, so I do want to get that done. I don't think we need to put heat in here so much. So what we're going to do is come in here to our furniture section and just grab some wooden torches for the wall. And we're just gonna put those up over here next to the cooking station for now. I think eventually we'll probably expand this out to add some more cooking stations, but for now, we're good with just the 2 we have. Another little adjustment that we do wanna jump on is I had some second thoughts. I think I mentioned at the end of the last episode, I was really considering maybe blocking off this exterior for the kitchen and just providing interior access. Well, we are gonna do that. I do think that's probably the way to go for now. Eventually, I'd like the areas to have external access, but for the time being, we're just simply not equipped to do that. So we're gonna take out these 2 sections here. And what I mean by we're not equipped to do that is eventually we'll be able to come up with a new strategy outside of just barricading ourselves inside our main facility. But unfortunately, it's just the way it's going to be for now. Eventually, we'll have a wall and some other things that'll help us protect our settlers. But for the time being, this is what we have to work with. So we will wait for them to get this done. And I should be able to drop these in now. 1, 2. So there's the doors, and we'll leave these in place until these 2 are built. Actually, I take that back. Let's go ahead and demolish these just to be done with it, not have to worry about it anymore, and then we can drop our wooden walls in place as soon as that's done. And it's done. So we'll put that there. And Koino here is building he's building our doors. And so that will be taken care of there. They should be able to build this, and then that'll just provide us access to and from the storehouse, which is on the other side, or I guess the access is on the other side here. So I'm not seeing a ton of progress here, but I think it's because most people are working on other things. So let's take a look at our jobs real quick, because I'm curious. I always just like to double check the jobs and make sure I'm not missing anything. Yeah, see, Oswald is in charge of mining predominantly. However, he's busy relaxing. Fantastic news, we do have some merchants. And so Sinmund is our guy for Speechcraft, or our person. So we'll go ahead and grab him. I'm gonna pause for a second because it makes it just a little easier to grab them. And let's see what we can do. I'm not seeing a ton here. I mean, we have some herbs, some barley, chronicles. Yeah, I think we're good on this. I'm not seeing anything that I desperately want right now. And in fact, we just have a ton of stuff laying around here. I'm wondering if we could sneak in. Let's see. Let's hide our roofs real quick. And I'm wondering if we could drop in. Do we even have the armory shelves yet? Let's see. Weapons racks. We do. So I'm wondering on a scale of 1 to 10 how bad of an idea it is to store our weapons racks outside. In fact, I would actually prefer this to be inside, now that I think about it a little more. I'm not sure how the enemy AI would react to it, but I certainly don't want to provide them an opportunity in which they can come in and essentially take our items, or rather destroy our armor or anything of that sort. So we're just going to drop some shelves up here as well as some armor racks. And what I'd like to do is probably set these, or I guess not armor racks. No, weapons racks. That's it. Okay. I am going to set these up here with the goal of these can have weapons on it. And I'm going to try and get rid of the ones that are downstairs. And then on the shelves when they are built, I'm going to try and restrict those to clothing because I do think that's taking up some space in our storage, or rather just laying around on the ground. Probably be a good idea to go ahead and get that stuff resolved. So we've got warfare, shield, and weapons. They will store that there. We'll let Koino here finish up these racks, and we'll go ahead and set up the rack. So these can only store linens. So that's okay. We can set it to do that, turn off medicine, and then we'll come up here and we will copy the settings and paste them on these other shelves. Quit bringing food up here, guys. Stop it. All right. I think we cut them off. Let me double check this real quick. No. Okay, we're good. So they will get rid of that stuff up here. It's just not safe to store it up top where it is warm. Nobody has really gotten to moving these sticks yet. I just want to ensure that we actually did set that and I didn't imagine it. Yep, okay. So we're good there. We'll let them keep working through that. And we could probably stand to build another row of shelves in here for storage purposes. This is going to be a very storage heavy episode, unfortunately, because I just need to make sure that this actually gets done. Oh, a hailstorm. Fantastic. Hopefully it's not too brutal. We'll find out in a moment, I suppose. And we'll let them move the stuff that's here, and hopefully they'll be smart enough to get some of this cleared up so we can get these stored properly. And looks like we're already at another evening. I do want to take a look here. So they've built out pretty well. I think the next step's going to be to keep expanding around the top so that we can continue to build our next level here. So I will let them... Okay, so that's as far as it'll go on this side. Let's see, how far can I go on this side? Not very. Well, that's okay. So on the previous episode, I had talked about trying to make sure that they can build on these interior walls here, and that's these guys right through here. The other option is I can leave this side open for now and then have them build this one at a time. We may do that. I haven't fully made up my mind on it just yet. We'll see how I'm feeling once the time comes. But at the moment, they're just busy cooking and making food. Somebody is not dealing with the ash, which is a little upsetting. But we'll get to there. So let me take a look at our decorations that we have available. We do have wall pottery shelves. And the reason I wanted to look at that, get out of here, it's not what I wanted. So we're gonna pop into the rooms detected. And I wanna look at the kitchen specifically. There it is, yellow kitchen. So it just needs one stove, one pottery shelf, and one butchering table. Well, we can accommodate that. So first thing I wanna do is I wanna close out this room menu, and I wanna come over here and grab our butchering table, and I'm gonna click relocate. This is gonna let me move this to another room. And in this case, we want it to be over here. So let's see, this is 3 across, so of course it's not gonna fit particularly well anywhere. I'm gonna put it up over here in this corner. And they'll go ahead and relocate that, and then we are gonna come to decorative items, come up here to wall shield decoration, and grab our pottery shelf. It just says we need wood, which we can resolve that in a moment. So let's see where we want to put this. I think here and here is probably good. That'll look fine. And from here, let's see how we can resolve our wood issue. How are our trees doing in our tree farm? Pretty dang good. Awesome. I don't want to overwhelm the workers in this case, so we're just going to cut. Let's call it to 12. And that should get us at least enough wood. Man, we have a lot of sticks. At least enough wood to build that pottery. Let's take a look down here and see what's going on below. Yeah, so we used up all of the food. Yep. So we used up all the, not the food, the wood storage, or the wood for building storage, I suppose. And that's gonna continue to plague us, I think, as we try to build out this area, because we do use wooden floor panels for the storage room or the cellar. So we'll just have to keep expanding as we go and just kind of backfill as much as we need to. I don't want to overwhelm them with work because we do have a number of projects that need to be worked on. So there it said room created kitchen. So this is our first time we've really created a room outside of a bedroom. So let's take a quick look at some of the benefits here. If you see down on the bottom right here, the limestone hearth is now producing at 120%, or rather it's 144%, but the room type production speed gives us 120. And that's simply just because all we've done here is built a room. And that's pretty cool. So how is our herb production doing? Because another thing we can do is we can switch over to producing lavish meals, which they will prefer quite a bit to the normal meals. And it just looks like maybe we're not harvesting, I guess, the herbs just yet. Probably a matter of not having the time to do it because we have been keeping them quite busy. So that very well could be part of it. I do want to go ahead and kick the coal out of here and have them start moving it to our dry storage. I keep loading up stuff and then I'm like, wonder why they're not getting it done. But that's okay. We have lots and lots to do. Another thing that I want to probably accomplish in the near future is continue to expand our quarry. That's another ongoing deal. But I am super curious about what's over here. So I was reading online the other day and somebody was like, just poke a hole. Just poke a little hole in there and it'll give you an idea of what's underneath. So we're gonna do that. We're just gonna poke a little hole in that one over there and see, maybe we find some more iron. Maybe we find some more limestone. Who knows? We will see. They're throwing books on the floor out here, which is not ideal. I do need you guys to actually put those in here. That's an important item. I don't mind throwing food out every now and then, but the books are pretty important for our research. So let's see, am I missing one there? I am. Grab that last one. And they'll continue to build out these shelves. We have another traveler coming. I do want to go back to what I was doing. That's deer. There we are. Okay. So what I was saying is it looks like we're working on expanding our shelves quite well. I'm excited to see that continue. We have so much food that we are inevitably going to have to continue to expand our storage room out as we move along. I think for the most part, our build is holding up pretty well. Yeah, stability 4. So we'll be able to expand outwards as well. We don't have to just continue to make this a hallway. I just want to fill it out because that's the footprint of the building right now. If we zoom up, you can see we have quite a bit of space left up here. We'll continue to work towards that as we play through. We've got some hay, gotten some more sticks. Man, we have so many sticks. Where's Sinmund at? What are you up to? Getting resources, huh? What are you getting resources for? Cooking. Okay. So let's pause for a second because I do want Sinmund to try talking to this guy. Just see what he's got. We're still not doing incredible in the way of alcohol, but we're getting better to the point where they're not so angry anymore, which is nice. So here's some lavish meals. All right, let's buy some rough wine. We have lots of sticks, which you won't take, but we also have lots of carrots and cabbage. So let's just do that. And just kind of keep it even. Yeah. Is there anything else that he has that we want? Just the lavish meal, huh? All right, well, we will just buy his alcohol then. This transaction is unacceptable. Ah, fine. You can have 1 extra carrot and nothing more. That's it. So these should continue to brew. Yep, here comes cinnamon. And I believe that brewing counts with cooking. Unfortunately, nobody else is actually good at cooking. Noda is interested in cooking, so let's actually give them a 2 on cooking, and that way, yeah, see, we brewed and they immediately came over and drank some. But that'll give us an opportunity to get the process started a little faster, hopefully. I'm not sure what happened to most of our bushes. Oh, it must be from the hail. Wow, that's devastating. That is devastating. So hailstorms can destroy your crops. In this case, what you just saw. And that really stinks because we kind of needed the berries. Like, probably could have destroyed carrots and would have been fine. Could have destroyed cabbage, would have been fine. Heck, could have destroyed one of our billion beets. That would have been all right too. But I guess we'll just continue to move forward. So I think I've made up my mind. I am gonna do this outer, or I guess the outer wall first. And the reason we're gonna do that, and I need to be careful doing this because they're gonna lock themselves out, almost guarantee you. Let's go ahead and seal that up. And then hopefully we can prioritize that. I am gonna do this because I have another plan for these inner walls, and so we'll kind of build on that as we get to it and kind of struggle through it. Man, we're gonna have a bunch of this built before long, which is super exciting. This is only the front part of the church too. There's more work to be done once this is done. But unfortunately, this is all we have right now. So we'll continue to build our scaffolding around. Oh, hold up. Accidentally overdid it. A little overzealous. And got a little too much there. So we're gonna press play, let it continue. We're just gonna do straight lines only. There we go. All right. So that is going to complete our scaffolding. See, there they go. They're gonna trap themselves. They always do this. This is what I was talking about. Where are you going now, Oswald? Yep. That's what I was afraid of. All right, go ahead and break that. So frustrating when they do this. And I have not found a better way to do it. So if you do find a better way to do this, feel free to leave a comment, because as of right now, I just have to kind of plod along and only do a single build at a time, which is really annoying and generally inconvenient. Have we run out of limestone? No, we have not. What's going on here? Oh, well, you're trapped again, aren't you? Go ahead and destroy that wall. And we'll just keep muddling through this. Let's see if I can convince them. Nope, Oswald's gone to the other side. Let's wait for Oswald to come out and drop that in. Hopefully that'll get built pretty quickly. And I'll also go ahead and drop this in, and hopefully they will stop trying to lock themselves in. It's always something, you know? That's the true joy of these games, is you're just constantly chasing problems. But I guess it is what it is, you know? I think we love going medieval here, so we'll just keep chugging along. So they are starting to rest for the day. Let's take a look underground real quick and see what the update looks like. We're getting some progress. We're getting a little bit. Not moving along as fast as I would hope, but I also understand that we're a little short-staffed and there are other things to do in this town than build shelving or digging out a cellar, even though that's kind of the key to their survival. But whatever, we won't judge them too hard on it. We'll go ahead and jump forward a little bit just to give them time to do their thing, their evening routine, and we'll be right back. Okay, and it is morning time once again. So they're gonna start their morning routine. I would like to take a look at research and see what some of our options are. We do need to get tailoring done. And that's gonna take us 20 bucks. We don't have any available currently. So let's go ahead and order that. Just add more to the to-do list. And I believe, let's see, who's our researcher? That is Oswald. So Oswald is also in charge of mining, so he may prioritize research over the mining. But we do desperately need a tailor shop in the very near future. So we're probably just gonna rock and roll and just kind of keep pushing through this. We have an opportunity to put some more shelving in, and we're gonna do that. Take advantage of it as soon as possible. I'm just gonna keep trying to hammer this out as we move along because I really wanna make sure that we're storing as much as we can down here. So let's go ahead and expand the storage space out. And that should get us a little extra area to put stuff, which is exciting. Ooh, here comes a thunderstorm. I think I had commented that last summer was really easy, so I am starting to regret that a bit. So what thunderstorms will do is that. That exactly is what a thunderstorm will do. And now there's a giant hole. Oh my goodness, all the way into the building. And this is because they didn't use a roof. Roofs can absorb the stability a little more. My God. Okay. Let's repair that. Really can't catch a break these days, can we? Let's back up just a little bit. They should repair the damaged panels. Of course, I think we're out of wood again. But we still have some trees designated to be cut, so we'll let them do that. Wow, that's unfortunate. Well, that's my reaction to everything. I just, that's unfortunate. So we'll keep moving on, I guess, and persevering. We're almost to the end of summer, and fall's coming, which means we'll probably get another hailstorm or something. So I guess we'll just cross that bridge when we get to it. But right now it looks like they're collecting some of the food now that we've made room for some of the storage. Yeah, let's take a look. Yep, so they're gonna start packing some more stuff in here. I do actually wanna like push weapons out of here. Anything that would be covered by our equipment shelves up here, I think, makes sense, because that will allow them to store all warfare items. Is it just not armor? Okay, so just weapons. So we should probably come back down here and fix my mistake. Warfare, we'll let them keep armor in here, and that'll be good. Okay, so it's a rainy day. We have been awake for just a minute, and it looks like we're still out of wood. They're gonna do their morning procedure. I really wish they could get these books out of the rain before they decompose, but there's not a lot we can do right now. I know I could put a bookshelf down, and that is an option down the line that we're going to be utilizing. I just don't particularly want to do it right now. I would much prefer them just move it inside where it belongs. So hopefully they'll, let's see, how are we doing on repairs? We're getting there. They've rebuilt some stuff, I think. Oh man, what a tough break it's been. I do think one other thing I'd like to do is put in some windows up here. We need to be mindful of where we've placed, well, a lot of stuff actually. But the main reason I want to do this is to actually provide another vector of firing our arrows. No, let's leave it for now. We have enough wood projects going on right now that I don't think I want to risk it. So is there anybody else that we can dedicate to cutting plants? No. Here comes more merchants to town. Maybe we can buy some wood from them. Would that be faster? Would that be worth it? I guess is the real question. Yes, we have so much food. It's kind of unreal. So we've moved our butcher table. I actually don't want to zoom down. I just want to do this, and then I'm going to grab Cinnamon real quick and have him come talk to the trader. So we have this extra room. Let's figure out something to do with that in a moment. So they do have beets, linen cloth, herb, more chronicles. Oh, here we go. Here's the good stuff. Got roasted meat, packaged meal, gold ingot. Which seems like it's just going to draw some negative attention right now. Which is why our gold that we discovered is still in the ground. And it looks like, once again, there's nothing that I am terribly, desperately wanting. I want to keep the armor and stuff just as backup. We do have winter clothes, which I think everyone's wearing right now, but it's nice to have all the backup armor and weapons. So we'll call it there. We don't want anything to do with the trade. I wish we were in a better place with wood, because what I really would like to do is expand this. We have barley ready, and so we could keep producing rough wine here, but then build 2 more brewing stands, and we would be able to start producing ale, I think is what requires barley. Let's look. Yeah, so ale would produce barley. It requires fuel, which we have coal, so they should use up the coal for that. And we could actually produce beer, just straight up beer, which is culinary skill of 15. Do we have anybody that has a culinary skill of 15? Let's see. 8, 17. Okay, so Cinnamon could do it. Well, that's encouraging. Yeah, we're gonna do that. Let's expand this area out. Let's see, check our measurement. We have 5 here. So ideally we would want, let's see, these are 3 across. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And so we'd want our back wall to be about here. And I probably overshot it a little bit. That's all right. We can clean up the measurement after. Let's get rid of that guy there. And we'll just expand this out just a little bit. And that should provide us the opportunity to drop in 4 more of the brewing stations. And hopefully that will get us taken care of. Let's see, how are we doing? Okay, so these don't decay. Maybe we ought to build in a storage facility for ale over here. Though I think maybe they would want it close to food in real life. I don't think the game cares all that much about it. So maybe we don't need to care as much about it. Try and focus more on making sure things are functioning over making sure that they are hyper realistic. So maybe that's the move. So I'm gonna let them kind of do their thing and get caught up, because I do know that I've issued a bunch of projects. So you've got them coming over here and building this out. And then this should fix itself as they continue to go around. Hopefully that'll be the end of that in terms of them getting stuck. That's really what I want to avoid. So I'll go ahead and drop this extra layer on wherever we can, just so it's done and set up. And I think what I can actually do is go ahead and preemptively do that. And they should autopilot this a little bit. Yeah, okay, that looks good. And that's pretty much exactly what I had in mind for at least the beginning of this. There's some adjustments we'll make once we kind of have this built a little more, but this should keep them busy for the foreseeable future. And I think we have enough limestone to actually get this done, or at least this portion of it, this front facade area that we've built. So we'll let them do that. Nobody has taken care of my sample dig over here to see what is down there. So I'm gonna let it play for a little bit and just kind of do some minor stuff here and there, and should be able to get caught back up to you here in just a bit. So while I was fast forwarding and letting them get caught up on all these projects, look who made an appearance. It's John. I don't know if it's the same John that wandered into our lovely settlement previously, but John here comes with no downsides. Well, he could. We'll see what his perks are. There are some perks that you can get on some of these roles that are not exactly advantageous to what you're trying to do, but we don't have to fight anyone for him, and we have a house available, so things are looking up. So we're gonna let him come in. He should join us immediately. I am gonna go ahead and do the management for him real quick. John likes melee weapons, so I'm gonna set it to all weapons because I think we have, well, let's take a look. Hang on, let's do no weapons right now and no shield, and let's just see what we have available in our equipment. So we do have, it looks like a couple daggers and a two-handed mace, a warhammer. Is a warhammer two-handed or one-handed? Let's see. I'm not actually, yeah, so that's one-handed. And then on here we have a iron mace, an iron dagger, and a wooden shield. So let's let him pick up a one-handed weapon and a shield. Since we already have one two-handed and another one-handed, I think it would be a bad idea. Wow, this iron hatchet is about to break any moment. Yeah, though, as things break, they should pick up stuff off the weapons rack. So we will just let them decide what they want to use. And then in the meantime, we're gonna go back to catching up. As you can see, they've gotten a little bit done on the church here, but I do need them to kind of finish up some more before we can really proceed on that. And just let them keep picking up, getting caught up. We haven't really made much progress on the trees. I did find our pack of wolves that found their way to our church, and as you can see, they're getting to be quite numerous, so we may have to do a wolf hunt in the near future just to kind of reduce their numbers a little bit. I don't know if they cap out at any point. If you do know that, let me know in the comments. Normally, they just keep adding one every few days as they go unchecked. So we'll just, I guess, see what they end up looking like in the end. As you can see here, they've also worked on the expansion for the brewery just a bit. We will kind of get that sorted out as time goes on. So like I said, gonna let this jump forward a little bit. Okay, so it is day 7 of autumn, so it's been quite a little while now, and I wanted to give you some updates here. We have finished the expansion of the storage room. However, you'll notice that there's some shelves missing. That is by design. They seem to be really struggling with keeping up with the workload right now, and I really want them to focus on getting the church done along with some of these other projects, so I really just wanted to avoid adding on any more unnecessary workload. I do think we should probably go ahead and put our beam down here just for purposes of not forgetting. So anyway, yeah, they are struggling to keep up with the workload right now. So I wanted to kind of slow it down just a little bit. Some other stuff that I tinkered with while you were gone, I did clean up this area here. We had the area from the campfires that were still exposed. Didn't feel like we really needed it, so just to make it look a little cleaner. Of course, there's a merchant, so it's gonna pull us away. Just to make us look a little bit cleaner here, I just wanted to kind of get rid of those little limestone patches. So the other big thing is they finished the additions to the brew house. Now, it is a little bigger than we originally agreed upon, and the reason I did that, we won't be able to do it just right now, but because of the same thing I mentioned earlier with not wanting to overload them. I want to put wall shelves here, or just a shelf, I guess, here on the ground. And I'm going to have them store the ale and stuff, all the drinking things in here. They are working on getting this stuff done. I just really want to provide them an opportunity. But I think if we do like 4 rough wine producers and then 1 beer and 1 ale with the barley, we can burn through some of these berries that we've been planting, because we are about to harvest again and have a ton of them again. So if it gives them an opportunity to, kind of brew more ale at the same time, I think that'll be great. Just to show you kind of where we're at with the, weren't supposed to see that yet. I'll show you something here in a minute. They're almost done building the church. We're just missing a corner of a wall here, and so we are making great progress. Just remember these rims here are not going to stay. Those are going to go away in the very near future, and so we will take care of that here in just a little bit. As you can see, they're really just kind of taking their time on cutting these trees down. They're slowly taking them down, I guess, as they feel they need them. So that's taken a while. All this is taking a while. The church is, to be fair, a little oversized for what we're trying to accomplish, I guess, in terms of our settlement. But I also feel like historically, churches were always kind of larger than, the town that they were in, at least maybe not historically, but you kind of picture like this big grandiose church that is the center visual focal point of a township. So I wanted to kind of build something that reflects that. I also think this is just going to be a really cool looking church, and I'm excited for them to actually be done with it. As you can see, we're slowly working our way around this corner here. I did a little investigating, and I actually was looking at our perks that everyone has. We haven't really spent a lot of time looking at those, so I figured we could probably go through that now while they're being busy bees and finishing up some of the work that we have in front of them. So Noda is robust, which means that she has faster hit points recovery, better motor function, and faster wound regeneration. And then she's also sluggardly, which, means that she moves a little slower and her work speed is slower. So as I started going through these, let me show you. We have basically what amounts to needs more sleep. We have another sluggardly with Mariota. And we have another sleepy with John. So the more I was looking at this, the more I was like, well, no wonder it takes us forever. Also, in case you were wondering, Sinmund is disfigured. So he has -5 speechcraft. And that was something I was looking at as well. John is actually pretty good at speechcraft. So I will probably have John start handling our trading moving forward, because I think that's probably the logical step. We also have vulnerable, which Mariota can get hurt more often. And then we have infirm, which just also another thing with fragile. So the more I started looking at our perks, the more I was like, man, we really are a ragtag group of settlers here with kind of a number of issues. But we'll keep working through that. They are planting more grass. Well, we're gonna have to keep hammering out some bigger thatch roofs or something here as we progress, because they are gonna keep harvesting this. We may end up burning this field out at some point if we get caught up enough and let it just kind of sit and continue about our way until we need more hay. I'm not really sure what to do there. Of course, evening is arriving and we are so close to being done. How silly is that? Come on. Finish it up, guys, before it's nighttime. We're so close. I'm excited to be done with it. Here they come. There we go. They placed it and they're gonna go to bed. Oh, man. Okay, well, that's fine too. So as you'll notice, we are not done with these inner walls yet. And that, like I had mentioned, we're gonna kind of have to do a bit of design trickery to finish this up. So let me show you kind of what I had in mind here. So I was gonna take wooden floors here and bring it all the way across, right? Because I know I want it to be at this level here so they can build two up. So that's kind of dictating how this little floor plan is going to work on the inside. And we're actually going to use this when we're done. It's not just for scaffolding purposes, but so we are going to let our needs dictate how we build this. So we have our floor up here. We know that stairs are 3, so 1, 2, 3. And then we are going to need to build here across. And we'll put the stairs there, and that should elevate them up to this level. And then from here, we can put another set of stairs there. Let's make sure this works the way we think it does. 1 there. 1 there. Perfect. And then we're gonna bring, once they're done building this, we'll be able to put our next set of stairs here. 1, 2, 3. And they'll start working on this immediately because they're running out of construction projects to work on, which is great. We want them to keep working on this church and get caught up and be happy with where we're at. I'm still not super amazed at our wood quantity. A lot of that has to do with the fact that we're just using it as quickly as we're producing it. And we'll get into a position down the line where we will have a ton of wood and we're gonna be really happy about it. But for the time being, this is just where we're at. Once we have more wood, I do want to finish that storehouse out, or rather the cellar, I guess we could call it, and be done with it. Cinnamon is making more rough wine for everybody, which is fantastic news. So we'll let them continue. See, they've already built this out pretty well. So as they continue to harvest this wood, which we're already working on creating more. Who is this? Is it Mariota who's harvesting resources? Let's see. Gardening, nope. Cutting, Coinel, okay. So Coinel's gonna head over and continue to build out this area. So the way I want you to kind of picture this is that this is the front facade of the church. The church will extend back a little bit here in the next major phase, but we're not quite there yet. But that's just kind of the best way to picture it for now. So I do want to demolish some of this. And I'm just going to start with this corner because I want to see if they can reach it from down here. I'm not 100% sure they will be. Yeah, so it looks like Oswald's going to come up here and do the deconstruction. So we're probably going to have to slowly take this back and then hope that they come through and collect this wood. And then we'll be able to use that wood, reuse it to build out the tower areas of our church. Yeah, so I think honestly what we could do is just wipe out these whole stripes and hopefully they're intelligent enough to not strand themselves like they love to do, but we'll find out. So we do have some research available. It looks like it's just decorative banners. We will use those in the future, but not right now. What I'm really interested in is getting tailoring done, and we're only 2 more books away from doing so. So we will keep working through there. They did get rid of the books that were out sitting in this outdoor area in front of our main facility, so I'm glad that got taken care of. I'm gonna jump through real quick just to get us back to day so we can finish on this church build. Okay, so we are back. They are deconstructing. They did it in probably the worst way I could possibly imagine. So we're gonna actually cancel this deconstruction that I've called on these. Oh, hang on a second. Don't deconstruct at Albert's grave. That would have been a little unfortunate. Maybe I have to manually cancel. That stinks. Yeah, so they've done this in the dumbest way I can possibly imagine. I don't know why. It's just how they do things, unfortunately. So let's build that back, and then I'm gonna build this back, and then we'll just have to go basically 1 by 1, which stinks, but is what it is. We'll let them do that. I am going to go through and cancel these, which is L if you're doing it on an individual basis. We'll hit these real quick, and that should get that taken care of. So we'll unpause, let them try and grab this wood and bring it around, because I do want to get these towers done in this episode. So next episode, we can move on to the second phase of our church. Going to be a lot of construction again, and probably not as much wood, but still probably enough that it's going to be a little stinky for them. And you know, they just move so slow, and these big construction projects take so long for them to get done. Oh, it looks like we're gonna have a raid. Fantastic. 9 enemies have appeared. Oh man. All right, let's go ahead and draft everybody. This will be fun. We're always getting attacked. It's every episode, it seems. Let's make sure to get our ducks in a row here. So same strategy as normal. We're gonna put Noda here. Let's just grab all of our melee folks to start and stuff them in this downstairs area. And then we're gonna move upstairs and put Sinmund and Coinel up here. Let's see, make sure everyone's getting in position. Fast forward it a little bit so they'll hustle. Of course, these guys are all the way over there constructing. Yep, here comes the attack. All right, things were going so well this episode. Let's hope that we managed to make it through. I am gonna slow it down to 1 for a second because I actually don't know where the incursion's coming from. That direction? Okay, so what we'll need to do is we'll need to move Coinel and Cinnamon over there towards that corner. And hopefully they'll be able to attack. We'll just have to try and manage this as best we can. There are a lot of enemies. Probably need to start using traps in the near future. I wanted to avoid doing so until we had built our wall, but we may be running out of time for that. So let's see how this goes as they approach. Haven't gotten in range yet. Here we go. We're gonna start engaging these archers. Horrible miss. Come on, get involved here. There we go. So we've got a good attack on one of them. There's one down. If we can get rid of the archers quickly, then we can start picking these guys off a little bit, hopefully. Okay, so let's move. I paused for a second. I'm gonna have them move up to the front, and hopefully they can start taking aim at some of the folks that aren't immediately in front of the building. Though that may not be possible in their current position. There we go. Yep, okay, so that's what I was hoping for, is that they would be able to start picking them a little bit. How's this door doing? Not good. The door is not doing well. Let's see. What do we think's the best choice here? Do I leave them up top to keep... Let's see how the enemies react real quick. First thing I want to do is I want to come down here, and I want to put Oswald up front, get Mariota here. Let's see. Okay, so they all are gonna come downstairs, it looks like. Yep, okay. So I do want to get Coinel and Cinnamon downstairs, though not exactly directly inside for the fight. And we're gonna try and focus our attack here a little bit. Oh, this is gonna be rough. Might go a little quiet here while I'm thinking about this, because what I really want is to get Coinel out here. Let's see, can we start firing on people? Yeah, okay, so let's do that. Let's bring them over here next to the door, that way they can try and escape. So Gyric's dead. Oh, okay, Noda, I need you to engage this guy. No, not you, Cinnamon. Noda, you come over here and engage him. John is unconscious. Oh, here comes the collapse. I'm not sure what the move is here. There's so many of them over there. Hopefully they can hang on a little bit. We need to like focus our attacks so they'll flee. That's what we need to do. Just kill one. Oswald's unconscious. Come on, Oswald. Oh, okay, we killed one of them. Let's see, can we kill one more? Okay. If I can kill one of them quickly, Mariota's dead. Dang it. We got really close. We got really close that time. We need to make better weapons. Defense is gonna have to be a major focus of one of the episodes coming soon, because we can't just keep losing settlers like this. It's just not something we can continue to do. We're gonna let these guys leave. Let's see, Coinel, you want to finish him off? Okay. Noda, just stop. There's no reason to continue. We need to get everyone taken care of as soon as possible, and the next thing we need to do is go ahead and put another gravestone in our graveyard. Oh, this has been a rough couple episodes here. Not exactly how I would have liked it to go, honestly. Shocking, I know. Oh, really? We can't place it because why? There's... okay, so this may not be the most ideal place for our graveyard. We may have to do some relocating later. But for now, we'll go ahead and put that there, and I will deal with that down the line. Coinel, what are you doing? Go ahead and kill this guy if you can. Nope, running away. Okay. Can I draft you? Yeah, okay. I want to go ahead and get Alric. He's just kind of sitting there. He's not particularly fast. So it kind of seems like this would be the easiest route, is just picking him off. Let's see. Will we finish him? That's the question. There we go. Okay, so we're going to undraft Coinel, let them start doing some cleanup here, because we have a lot of unconscious villagers. Oh, okay. How are we doing here? I don't think this is over yet. Hang on a second. So you are bleeding. Let's keep an eye on this. Yeah, okay. So let's see, who's in charge of tending? Oh, of course it's Sinmund. Everyone that's good at tending is knocked out. So Oswald has revived himself and went downstairs, found a shield. Hopefully they'll all start convalescing. There goes Sinmund to drink. Anyone gonna help John? He's just kind of laying there losing blood. Sinmund, can you... Okay, John's up. Oh, man. What a ride this episode has been. John is unconscious, and he's right in front of the bed. So can I wake somebody up? Noda, can you get John into bed for me? Now you can go to bed too. I know you don't want to be woken up, but it will at least get us into a better place. I do want to actually, this graveyard's, or once the gravestone's done, I need to keep an eye on it, because as soon as it's done, we'll be able to bury Mariota. Should have guessed that John wasn't going to come free. It seems like every time we add one, we lose one. We definitely need to set more traps. Probably just need to build a perimeter around this building for now instead of focusing on getting something more grand built. John's unconscious again. Oh, he is almost out of blood. Okay. Let's go ahead and have Noda grab John again. Like, this is super priority, guys. Quit leaving them out to dry. And then I need Sinmund to prioritize tending John's wounds. Sinmund's not doing so great himself, but at least he'll be healed. So you're not bleeding. You are bleeding, Oswald. So he's going to convalesce now. John is fixed up. Sinmund is going to fix Oswald. Okay, so this is handled. Okay. Well, the last episode I think was called Year 2. It's all gone wrong, and that's kind of how I'm feeling right now. Walking into getting closer and closer to Year 3, I feel like everything's kind of gone wrong. But we'll persevere. Here comes a traveler. It's all right. I don't know that I'm terribly interested in talking to you right now, sir. We've got a lot going on here, but we can see what you got. What? No, I don't want an enemy corpse in there. That's what I was afraid of as soon as they would build it. So we may have to demolish the graveyard. Let's see. I don't think they can move it. That stinks. Let's see, who's here? Third coming pillager, destroy the graveyard. There's the enemy corpse, and then we're gonna have to rebuild this again. Gravestone, I keep seeing graveyard. But that's not the yard. It's just the gravestone. All right. Going to jump through for a second and try and get through this, and I'll be back with you again. All right, we're back. I want to see if I can get these guys squared away. We are running out of time in this episode, but I'm going to try and make sure we get everyone buried, and then I'd really like to try and get this wrapped up, but it may not necessarily happen this episode, but that's okay. So who is in charge of building? Hard to keep track of it when everyone keeps dying. It is Oswald, who's currently convalescing. He's healing his broken rib. So who else do I have that can come finish this hole in the ground? Certainly all of you are qualified, right? Where's John at? Over here. All right, John, need to clear area first. Okay. Let's haul the body over to the stockpile first, then. Ah, I see. So it looks like we have a bit of a problem here. Let's see. There's the limestone pile. Let's see if I can get John to grab that. There we go. So that should clear the space. And then I'm gonna have Cinnamon. Let's see, you're gonna come build it? Excellent, okay. Since Cinnamon is one of our original settlers, I think it makes sense for him to bury Mariota. So go burial spot or none dedicated. Is this not done yet? Let's see. There we go. I think, yep, here comes Noda. Buried remains. All right, so there's Adalbert and Mariota. Seems kind of poetic in a way that we lost Adalbert trying to save Mariota, and then we lost Mariota for no dang reason other than they just decided, you know, our enemies abroad decided to invade us. And probably partially our fault for having so much stuff and not really enough defenses, but that is going to be something that we attempt next episode. So just to review the few things we got done this episode, we reached winter, so that's one of them. We also, let's slow this down a little bit since we're just kind of talking. We also expanded our storage room quite a bit, which of course is almost full again, so classic there. We managed to get Mariota killed, but we got John in the process. So that's, you know, mixed bag there. We did make substantial progress on our church. It is finally starting to come together a little bit. We are going to focus on defense next week, but I'm glad that we are getting some major progress on the church done. There's still a lot to go. Like I said, I want to do a major expansion on the back, and that is going to be another significant build, but we'll get there when we get there. We also expanded the brew house. However, we didn't have enough resources free to put in the new breweries themselves, so the brewing stands. So that'll be another thing we accomplish next episode. For the meantime, though, we just got it expanded out and it looks good. And then we also actually finished out the kitchen proper this time. We added a couple of wall pottery shelves, as well as a butcher table. And that's going to finish it out to qualify it as a room, as you can see here. So that's kind of the big rundown on everything we got done. You know, most of it, the episode was spent building the church up. Once we're finally done with that, it's going to be extremely rewarding and look fantastic. I'm very excited to see how it looks. But we are a little ways away from that still. So in the meantime, we'll just keep plugging along, and we'll work on defenses and all that fun stuff next week. So once again, this is Games Over Explained, playing Going Medieval. I really hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, drop a like. If you want to see more content like this in the future, please hit subscribe. I know that maybe killing settlers isn't the most exciting of content, but maybe if you're into it, you know, you could subscribe. It'd be pretty cool. Okay, guys, that's going to be it for this week. Games Over Explained, Going Medieval. See you next time.